Welcome to another episode of E4 Explicit Podcast. And today we have a friend of mine. We're friends, right?
Yes, we're friends.
Yeah, we're friends.
We're friends.
Co-workers.
Yes.
Ex-co-workers.
Yup.
Elyse Marie.
Yes.
You want to go by Elyse
That's
Marie?
fine. That's
or
yes.
What do you call yourself now?
A lot of people actually call me E or Ellie, but Elyse Marie. Yes.
Okay, and it's Elyse,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
Because it's not spelled normal.
No.
I don't mean it like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people spell Elise.
Yes, I remember you specifically spelling it that way, and I had to put your name in a lot for videos and stuff like that, so I had to spell it right. But anyway, so we know each other from, we used to work together at I Love Kickboxing, which we're in New York right now.
Yes, we are.
In Long Island. I'm up here for work, and you're, we'll get to why you're here.
For now.
Yeah. Or how you're here.
Yes.
Or the main reason is for the small house or the tiny house. But so anyway, so we're in Long Island, and tell me tell the fucking people listening who is Elyse Marie.
This is very hard to answer because I'm like the wind. You never know. I swear, like you never know. I don't know, but pretty much. I'm Elyse. I am building out a tiny house right now, a camper, because of laws it's a nightmare. So I decided to do a camper.
Okay.
I work out a lot in many different avenues. I travel often. I hike. I camp. I trip over my own 2 feet pretty often. You name it.
That's just you.
I just like to go with the flow and figure. I'm like a yes man.
Yeah. Oh, great.
You
Awesome.
have no idea. I will tell you how I ended up going to Europe because that was like a yes man.
What? So that could be a bad thing if you're a yes man.
It was great.
But I feel like you're just like, fuck it. You just do whatever.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so the first time I went to Europe, it was because my friend was going to Vegas and was like, come to Vegas. And I'm like, all right, why not? So I went to Vegas. I just met these people. We had an Airbnb and we were all in a hot tub together. They were talking about they're going to backpack Europe. And I just met them. And I'm like, can I come?
You just met them?
Yeah.
Time out. You just met them in a hot tub in Vegas. Go ahead. Continue. Just making sure we were on the same page.
Like, I knew the person I went with and one other person that was there.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, and they're like, we're going to go backpack Europe. We're going to go to the Rugby World Cup. We're just going to...
That's tight. All right.
We're going to go do Europe, you know? So I was like, sick, can I come? And they're like...
Just inserted yourself.
Yeah. And they're like, well, actually, we do have an extra ticket to the Rugby World Cup. And I said... sick, can I come? And they're like, yes, actually, sure. So right there in the hot tub, I bought my ticket to Europe.
That's fucking insane.
That's a good example, or like...
of a yes man.
Yeah, my whole life, though, I've kind of been going to the own pattern of my life. Like, I'll never forget, a great example of who I am is when I was in kindergarten, my teacher failed me because, not like kindergarten, but I failed a test because we were coloring in a coloring book for Johnny Appleseed, and everyone was coloring in the lines, making it all nice, you know, whatever.
And you're just like, fuck.
I wanted to be different, so I took all colors and I made my own design. And I did my own thing, and the teacher failed me. That's me.
Wait, the teacher failed you?
She failed that Johnny Appleseed project.
What a bitch.
Right? I was like, I'm just trying to be different.
You're like 5.
And she's like, no, you're a failure. I'm just kidding. She didn't
I was
say
like, wow.
She was
you
great.
Remember that? Damn.
No, she was an awesome teacher.
Oh, really? All right.
But I got failed.
Who is it?
I don't remember her name.
Must not be that awesome. All right, so let's talk about okay. So we're also drinking.
Yes, Tom Collins.
Tom Collins.
Cheers.
Jack and Ginger. Second time drinking on this podcast.
Right on.
Before the first time it was with White Claws.
Oh, that's so basic.
I know. Well, we were in a jiu-jitsu school, and my good friend owns 2 schools in Maryland, and it's the first time I ever drank on podcasts. I don't know why I don't do it more often,
right?
But it's because I do it in my basement sometimes, and I'll do it like at a random spot with like whoever I'm interviewing. Like this, we just happen to have a bar at the hotel.
It worked out. I got my whole lineup: my water,
yeah,
my
you're good.
Starbucks, and my alcohol.
Is that really Starbucks in there?
Yeah, I want. Yes, it's a Starbucks.
Okay.
No, it is. It's a Starbucks. I ended up getting a white mocha. I don't remember the last time. Actually, the last time I had a white mocha was when I was in Oregon.
Oregon?
So, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the travel. Let's talk about. So you were in New York. You're born and raised in New York, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you work for I Love Kickboxing. Mm-hmm. You leave there. You moved to. Didn't you move to like California?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just went. I had nothing planned.
Yeah, you just bounced and went to California. Tell me why did you do that? And like, did you hit the ground running? Did you just You know what I mean? Like, were you like on Venice Beach just fucking hanging out with everybody else?
So, yes and no. Yes, but no.
Yes
no,
to,
but yes.
Okay, all
Let
right.
me okay, so I don't know. One day I was just like, I always wanted to. I just love traveling and seeing new things. I've always been like that. So I just decided to move to California. The only thing I had planned was a job. I packed up my life into a Suburban and my Mini Cooper, which was attached to it.
Oh, Jesus.
And drove to Oregon and then down the coast. Like I said, I only had planned my job. I stayed at a friend's house for like 2 weeks while life got situated and all.
Sure.
And my house was in Long Beach, a little beach cottage, a couple blocks from the beach. It was sick. It was actually sick.
Long Beach is tight.
It was sick.
So you went down the Coastal Highway.
Yeah.
That's
not that time because it was like I had to make it to work at that point because it's the only thing I had planned. I couldn't blow that.
Yeah.
But the third time I drove across country, I took I took like 15, 16 days.
Bro, talk about a fucking, like, the Pacific Coast Highway.
It was beautiful.
Is incredible.
Big Sur is spectacular.
Where's that at?
Big Sur is like Northern California.
Yeah, I haven't gone. We either go from San Diego up to like Malibu and stuff like that. That's
further.
That's as far as I've gone.
Yeah.
But I've always wanted to go up.
It was sick.
Northern California.
My first day driving, I went from way down in San Diego all the way up to San Francisco. It took me about 13 and a half hours. It was my first day, and I did it alone.
13 hours?
About 13 hours. Yeah.
To drive the whole coast, basically. That's literally from fucking Mexico to Canada or Oregon.
It took time, and it was by myself. I remember because at first I'm like, all right, here we go, on the road by myself. Let's see where this goes.
And the
Mini Cooper? First 2 hours, I got a Jeep Compass because I fit my whole life in my Jeep Compass because I knew I was going to have a tiny house. Might as well get rid of most stuff. And I was driving, I was like, I can do this. I had my coffee. I'm like,
Jesus.
Big day. It was 2 hours. I'm like, I'm exhausted.
Fuck this.
I pulled over and I just like slept for 15 minutes. I'm like, all right, let's go. And then I did the rest of the drive. But
where were you going?
I was going back to New York at this point, but I just decided I didn't know where I was going.
So you drove north all the way up.
Yeah, I was
and then east.
So I drove north and then back south. And then, so I went from California.
Okay.
And then I was like, I know I would like to see again Oregon and like Washington. So I went up to like Washington. I looped back around, did like Lake Tahoe and all that fun stuff. And then I went to Vegas because my friends were there. I found out, and there was a music festival going on. I'm like, all right, let's go. It was the first time sleeping in a bed in all 5 days or so. I was camping pretty much for the most part.
What, in your car?
No, in a tent.
Okay, cool. All right.
At
least.
Yeah, and then from there, I went to Utah, Zion, Arizona. I did all that fun stuff. Four Corners, up to Colorado. I did the Rockies, a bunch of stuff. Yeah, and then I was going to go down to the Smoky Mountains across and then take my time.
Down like to Tennessee or?
Yeah. But there was tornadoes in Kansas. And I was like, do I risk it? And usually I'd be like, yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The yes man in
but
you
I was like, you know what? No. Because I don't want to die. And it was literally when the tornadoes were hitting is when I was going to drive across. So I sucked it up. I went through Nebraska again.
Boring ass Nebraska.
I hate that
all
state.
All the corn.
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
So I did that. And then I actually went to Alexandria, Virginia, right near you.
Yep.
And then I cried going back into New York because
it's miserable.
As soon as I crossed the border, someone honked at me.
I hate it.
I'm like,
I fucking hate it. Listen, like, it's so funny. Every time I come, I leave my house around 8 at the latest.
Yeah.
Today I left at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Or like 8:15, whatever. And like, I actually made good time. I got up here at 2.
Yeah.
Which is like 6 hours.
That's decent.
But dude, as soon as you cross the Verrazano and hit the Belt Parkway, bro.
Yup.
It's like 2 hours of traffic. Like, no matter what time of day it is, it's fucking...
It's brutal.
It's miserable.
It is.
Miserable. And I talked about this before. I remember going into the city, working in the city sometimes, and seeing, like, people that have been doing it for 10, 20, 30 years, and just looking at their faces, it's fucking depressing.
It makes me so sad because when I speak to people... with my business, it's just like it breaks my heart when they're like, I hate my job, I hate what's going on, I hate this, I hate that, and I'm like, so change it. And
what are you
like,
gonna do about it?
No, I can't do it. And I'm like, no, but you can. Like, let's talk through this. Let's figure this out.
Sure.
You know. So it stings. Or when I'm like, what do you do for fun? And they're like, wow,
What's
I don't
fun?
remember.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh. girl, sit down. We got to talk about this.
Yeah. How do you not know? At least have one thing that you do for fun. So let's talk about, you have a business. You've been in fitness, like you're always like doing fitness something.
Yeah.
You were a fighter. You fought. So tell me a little bit about your business that you're doing right now.
Okay. So to back up a little bit, my bachelor's degree was in regular ed, special ed, and art education, and I was a behavioral therapist. And then my fitness background, I would do a lot of like fitness business consulting and help members in general with their fitness goals.
Sure.
I would manage. I was just in that world for a while.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? For the most part, people could reach their goals if they work out. People could reach their goals if they eat. People could reach their goals if they're focusing on their life.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you have nobody on top of you with accountability, it's not going to happen. So I was trying to think of a way that I can incorporate everything. So using positive behavior modification, taking the undesirable behaviors and switching it to desirable ones by using attainable goals that's able to be sustained in whatever. That's how it'll work. So pretty much I sit with a client, I come up with whatever their goals might be, fitness, nutrition, and life, and we come up with actual goals that they can reach at the time. They give me updates every night text-wise. I have phone calls with them once a week at least, unless they need me more, they'll call me. FaceTime calls once a month, and we track their goals the whole time. It's having a constant accountability life coach. Some of my clients, I have to come up with a fitness routine for them. Some of my clients need more nutrition. I'll come up with a nutrition plan for them, not a diet. I hate crash diets. It's just a sustainable way to eat.
Okay.
And then some people just need help with their life in general, getting back on their feet. They don't know what to do for fun. They hate their job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's been super successful so far.
What do you, so you're not sitting there like diagnosing people with things. You're not saying it because you don't really know, like you didn't give them blood work. You don't really know, you know what I mean? So you're just kind of giving them like the surface stuff to kind of like really make him like reach deep down and kind of like figure out who they are, eat healthy and stuff like, because I remember working, not to go back to our old job, but I remember like one thing they stayed away from was like nutrition plans and stuff like that, because they didn't want anybody to be like, oh, well, I took this fucking,
you gotta be careful,
you know what I mean? So like how do you do that?
I give them whole foods. I give them a full list of whole foods to eat.
Okay, that makes sense.
Just healthy, whole,
just basic stuff,
not processed foods. And I'm like, here you go, eat. You know, and I'll just say try to eat more consistent, because consistently eating is going to help speed up your metabolism. I don't just like be like go for it.
Well, consistently eating, not McDonald's.
McDonald's. Yes, exactly. Yes, like
you can consistently eat fucking donuts all day.
I ate McDonald's for breakfast and then I had donut for a snack.
Elyse said you consistently. No.
So it's just helping them through their goals. Yeah, so I'm able to give nutrition advice.
I know, that's why, because your background.
Yeah, so I'm able to give nutrition advice. I'm able to give workout routines, and because I was a behavioral therapist, it plays a huge part in it, you know? Just the accountability, and it's changed. Like, one of my clients ended up going back to college, got a job that she's working towards, that she likes and everything, which is huge for her. She told me that like her stress levels went down. Another one I've worked with for a month, she lost 7 pounds, inches already. She feels better overall. She's off her medication.
Damn, good for her.
Another one, I'm working with a business owner. He got more people through the door. His clients are staying more consistently. So everything has been,
working.
Yes. And it could be, what's cool is I'm going to be able to do it anywhere all over the country. So I don't care what state or country anyone's in, I'm going to help you.
Damn. That's so smart though.
I like helping people. That's what I want to do. So this is where I belong.
This is a good start. All right, so let's talk about you talked about your business and what you want to do and kind of what your not your end goal, but one of your main goals is, but kind of you said that you're going to travel. It doesn't matter where the client is. How the fuck are you going to do that? Because I know you said earlier that you're getting not a tiny house, but a camper, and you're converting it to a tiny house.
Yeah.
So please tell me why. Why are you doing a tiny house?
Yes.
Because the show is cute. The show, you know what I mean? Like the tiny house, it's cute, but it's like, can you practically live in a fucking this size of this thing? You know what I mean? Like, is it practical?
Actually, my camper might be this size.
Jesus Christ!
It's 17 feet. So.
Damn. Well, you're also like 5 foot nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
So.
I'm very short.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's fine.
So you're good.
But yeah, no, I want to be able to work from anywhere. I can help people by their phone. It's just constant accountability. Phone, video chat, text message.
Is it drivable?
My camper, I'm going to be pulling it with a Tacoma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
you have a car.
I'm going to have my Tacoma, yes, sure. But yeah, I want to help people, regular people like us, people with special needs or people with cystic fibrosis, because I have cystic fibrosis, so I want to do a lot of public talks, motivational, inspirational talks. But my camper, it's 17 feet. I just started the demo. I just ripped everything out.
So you just bought like a camper off eBay?
No,
and, like,
so I've been doing a lot of research. I was going to do a tiny house, build a tiny house like what you see on the show.
They're like $40,000, dude.
I was going to build it. It would have been cheaper than that.
All right.
But the thing is, they're not so accepted in the world. So with laws and permits, it just would be a nightmare.
What do you mean?
You can't keep it certain places.
Because it's a house.
It's technically a house. Pulling it is a little bit... I've been reading up on it for about, honestly, maybe like 10 years now.
Oh, Jesus.
So then my other option was taking a school bus, gutting it.
That's pretty cool.
And making that into a tiny house. I was set on that idea for a very long time. But because then it's like incognito. It's like, this is my bus.
Yeah, it's my bus.
I'm in a bus.
And my house.
The cool bus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not school bus.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but then I was thinking about it.
I just picture you driving down like the 10 in a giant fucking bus. Yeah. Elyse. That's like, yeah. Oh my God.
That's me. But then, you know what it is? I want to be able to leave at certain places if I want to fly to another country or fly back to visit my family.
Sure.
So with that, it's super incognito. I can park on the streets. I can park on BLM land, free land. But I can't leave it at certain campgrounds. Certain RV parks are a little bit iffy about
You're talking
that.
about the camper.
No, this is a school bus.
Okay.
Leaving it at like certain RV parks if needed. Some don't allow it. So I'm like, ugh, I want to be able to keep it anywhere and not worry.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, not that I wanted to live in a camper, but I'm like, a camper can get away with anything.
Everything. Yeah, no, it's legit.
Yeah, it's legit. And I was super lucky. The camper I found, it's 2006, Sun Valley something.
Fucking Vista, fucking, yeah.
But it's 17 feet, and it was family owned, since brought new.
So it's probably taken care of.
You have no idea. And it was like this nice family. They actually, when I went to see it, they gave me homemade sauce. They gave me strawberries
in New York?
and cream. This was like upstate boondocks.
Oh, yeah, okay, I was about to say. Nobody doing that shit around here. They're like, get the fuck out of here. Take the goddamn camper. Forget about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So they were super cool, and actually the wife started doing what I wanted to do already to the inside. So I'm like, I can't pass this up, I can't. So I got it, and I'm going to be keeping in contact. They want to see the changes. They want to see my journey.
That's cool that they want it, that they even care.
They were awesome. Honestly and truly, I couldn't see myself getting anything like that from anybody else.
No.
I got so lucky.
Yeah.
But the plan is to finish it. Build my business even more. I want to be on the road by January.
Oh, damn. All right. So it's like 4 months.
I got a couple months. Just be home for the holidays and all.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go to California for the winter months.
Yeah. So are you going to be, let's say, not that you're based anywhere, but is California going to be like, because there's a ton of parks out there. Mm-hmm. There's a ton, not that there's parks anywhere else, but you know what I mean? Like, California is a very, like, easy place to live, especially if you want to live that lifestyle, as far as like a kind of just I'm here and I'm gone type thing. You know what I mean?
The West Coast in general, honestly and truly, it's the East Coast that's a nightmare.
Yeah.
But more so like the tri-state area. Yeah. But either way, it's just, I like the West Coast. I love it. So I have a lot of friends in California. Obviously, my family's here. So like those will be in a sense my two hubs. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Have you ever even been to California before you moved there?
Yeah. I visited once.
Okay. So I was going to say, because you seem like, from knowing you before, it was like, not that you don't belong in New York, but like you seemed like you belonged in like a different area.
A lot of people told me when I told them, I was like, I'm moving to California.
Oh, that's so you.
But, at first they're like, what? But actually, I'm surprised. Why did it take you this long?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Is like, I feel like California is like, that fits you kind of like your personality. Not that fucking everyone in New York or the East Coast sucks. I'm just saying like certain people, you see them and you talk to them and you have conversations. You're like, you should live in fucking California, or you should live in fucking Nebraska, or you know what I mean. No one should live in Nebraska. I know, So
but in general, like I'll go there often, but the thing is, I love just seeing new things. I get a little stir crazy after a while. So I'll probably live in Oregon for a little bit, Washington. I want to go to Alberta, Canada,
Washington,
Colorado.
So my family's from Washington State.
Really?
My dad, Seattle. Well, Seattle. My dad lives in Wenatchee. So I went up there. I was 2 years old when I went there the first time for my uncle's wedding, and I haven't been back since. 2 years ago I went. Bro,
it's gorgeous.
My dad, because there's a mountain town called Packwood, and like literally named after like us. Like my last name's Packer. Yeah, it's fucking incredible. So like my family, like my heritage, like my dad's like the roots and shit.
That's so
it's
cool.
incredible. So like we're in this fucking mountain town, staying in fucking Podunk Hotel. Of course, my fucking uppity ass is all like, I don't want to, But then I was like, let me just like. I walk outside and Rainier is literally like, I could throw a rock and hit it. It was and I went in May. Have you ever been in May?
I went in, when did I go? Actually, I think I went in May.
In May is the best time.
May or June, yeah.
Either one, because when you go then, it's like,
the sun's out till like 10 p.m.
Dude, we were driving up Rainier and it was no snow anywhere. And then we got to a certain point and I'm talking 10 fucking feet of snow. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Right?
It was in like... And I took some good fucking pictures on my phone. Didn't even do it justice. And it's cool because my family has a log cabin in Packwood. And it's so cool. I'll show you pictures later. But like the end of the driveway, it's like Packer, like sketched in like fucking like wood.
That's so cool.
It's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
So shit like that, I totally get. Wild. It's incredible.
But it's funny that you said that because the first time I went out of the East Coast, it was to Washington State. And I'll never forget, we went to the beach that morning, and then we went up some mountain, and there was 10 feet of snow. And I'm walking around with my bathing suit, and I'm like, what's going on?
But you're not cold.
No,
it was so confusing. I was like, and it was like, when you're driving up Mount Rainier, and I'm not talking about the actual mountain, like, you get to the certain bases, and then you can climb and stuff.
Sure.
We were at, like, a fucking base of it, and you could see the glaciers on the thing, and just driving around like being with my dad or whatever, not to go down this fucking weird ass memory lane, but like that was just cool, and like seeing all the nature and shit, because you don't really, most people I feel like do not take that shit and like take it in and be like, damn, this is fucking awesome. And the fact that you're gonna be able to do that like every day,
I loved it.
It's fucking pretty cool.
I mean, I love it, but I like, even just being in California, it was sick, the fact that, I mean, I didn't get to do this, but I know a lot of people that would wake up, go surfing, then go snowboarding, and make it back for sunset. It's just, you have those options over there, you know? I didn't have to buy a plane ticket to go see mountains, sick mountains, you know? Even when I was driving up north, when I left California, it was incredible. I went to Colorado and I went to the Rockies.
Yeah, Colorado's tight.
Oh my gosh, it was incredible.
Just flying into Colorado.
Yeah, I bet. I never flew into Colorado.
Oh my! If you come in the right way and you're on like the right side of the plane and you can see the Rockies, it's fucking incredible.
Yeah, it's
I can only imagine going to it.
I loved it. I mean, I just gotta be careful because I get a little klutzy sometimes.
You fall down the fucking mountain.
You have no idea, man. It's like one of my worst concussions I ever got was from hitting my head on a cat.
One of my worst. Oh, well, you were a fighter though. You were a fighter.
Okay, fighter, jiu-jitsu, klutz.
You want to talk about fighting?
Soccer. We can talk about fighting.
Yeah. All right. So, what's your record?
I don't know because I fought for a while and then I was on a 2-year, 3-year hiatus because I tore my ACL.
Sure.
And then I went back to fighting.
So it was like scratch?
It's just like, I actually don't remember my record, but the best, I don't even know how many fights I've had actually. Now that I'm trying to think about it now.
CTE. No, I'm kidding. Jesus Christ.
I don't remember. I don't even remember how many fights I had.
I remember like you were always fighting.
I loved it.
Like you were always like, because it was weird though, because like knowing you're like this bubbly, like fucking happy person. Not that fighters aren't happy people, but you know what I mean.
Dealer.
Yeah, you're like a hug dealer, and then you're just like, you see these pictures of you, and you're just like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, and it's like, oh shit, Elyse.
I used to always get in trouble because I'd show up to weigh-ins like dehydrated. I haven't like barely eaten, I'm like a mess. I had to get driven because I'm like delusional.
Yeah, like passing out.
Bad. Yeah, like I would fall asleep in the sauna. It was, so
Jesus.
It was brutal. So I would show up and my trainer would like text me or let me know my last training session, Elyse, you're going into a fight. You hug your opponent after the fight. And I'm like, relax, like it's fine, I'd show up to the weigh-ins and I'd see my opponent and be like, what's up?
Yeah, you're like best friends with them and shit.
I would give him a big hug and my trainer would just be like, oh my God, why? Wait, just wait.
Yeah, You're supposed to want to kill them first.
Yeah, but then I'd step in the ring and it's like I'm the shark from Finding Nemo. Do you ever see where his eyes
Bruce.
like go black?
Bruce, yeah.
Yeah.
You know why his name's Bruce?
Why?
Because in the movie Jaws from Steven Spielberg, the mechanical shark was called Bruce.
I forgot about that.
So they paid homage to that. But anyways.
I forgot about that. I actually knew that. That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I miss fighting. I love fighting. I hid my gloves and all my equipment when I moved to California so I don't bring it and try to fight again.
Interesting.
I really enjoy it. It was just one of my best fights ever. It was on my birthday. A couple years back now, and at first I'm like, oh, that means my whole birthday month I have to do weight cut and train. I don't know about this.
And if you lose, it's on your birthday.
You're right.
Like,
but I
sucks.
was like, and it was a New York State title, so I was like, I gotta take this. I gotta do it. Suck it up. This could be a great birthday.
Yeah.
I think it was my 27th birthday. So I trained so hard. It was honestly the worst weight cut of my life. My sister has a picture of me, because I still wasn't on weight the day of my weigh-ins, sitting outside in the middle of the summer with blankets over me, sitting there, just trying to lose weight a couple minutes before. I ended up hitting weight.
What?
It was the worst weight cut of my life.
Okay, so most people aren't going to be like, people are like, weight cut? What is she cutting herself?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What is weight cut?
Well, hold on. So then what happened was, I made the weight. The fight came. Everyone I care about was in one place, friends and family. It was incredible. I won. It was the best birthday of my life. You know what I mean? And then we celebrated. I ate everything afterwards.
Did you give the opponent a hug?
Yeah. Yes, actually I did.
She's like bleeding.
She was awesome. Yeah, she was awesome. I think that was the fight that... One of my fights, I broke my nose, and there was blood everywhere. I'm surprised I didn't stop the fight. There was blood everywhere, stained all. Yeah, it was. But anyway, weight cut.
Jesus Christ.
Weight cut's brutal. My memories of weight cut is I would be in fight camp training, and then one day I'd walk in, and my trainer would be like, "Guess what day it is?" And I'm like, "I don't know what." What day is it? What's going on?
Wednesday.
And he'd throw out the scale, and he'd be like, "Step on the scale. Day one of weight cut." And I'm
my God.
So I'd step on the scale, depending where I am. We come up with a game plan.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why that was one of the worst weight cuts in my life is because I got sick in the middle of fight camp, and they put me on not only an antibiotic but a steroid because of my cystic fibrosis. They attack everything very, very intensely. The steroid was not letting me lose weight. It was retaining water in my body. So I was like, I don't understand. I was down to like egg whites at this point. It was brutal. And I'm like, I'm not losing weight. So my doctor took me off the prednisone. Everything went fine. But that fight, I lost, I don't know if I should say this on camera right now. I lost 15 pounds in 1 week and 8 pounds overnight. I don't know if I should.
8 pounds? Okay, so let me ask you a question. So if you're like starving yourself, basically, trying to lose weight to make weight to fight, how do you have the energy to fucking fight?
So as soon as I make weight, I step off the scale, I chug coconut water like it's my job. I usually eat like a little bit of pasta salad, and then I eat a lot. I go out to dinner. I was very all about tradition. So I would go out to the Cheesecake Factory. I'd bring my own sweet potato because they only make it like fried. So sweet potato, I would get a full side of asparagus, like family portion. I would get a big steak dinner, and I would have spaghetti and meatballs. And then I would eat that pretty much for the most part again when I got home. And then I would go to sleep after chugging water all night, wake up. I would go to a certain restaurant near my hometown. Actually, one of my closest friends, he was a chef there, and he would make me this elaborate breakfast.
Interesting. This is all before the fight.
This is all before the fight because it's weigh-ins are the night before.
Yes.
And then I would wake up, eat this elaborate breakfast. I would go home. I would eat like a little bit more. You still have to eat pretty clean because it's still you
can't go like fucking donuts.
But you feel like the Hulk when
Really?
you're carb loading like that. Forget it. You step in the ring between your adrenaline and carb loading so much. It's like So I usually gain like 10 pounds overnight.
Interesting, because I've always wondered, like, I see them, they do the weigh-ins, it's this big fucking shenanigan, and then I'm like, all right, well, they look like they're about to pass the fuck out.
Yeah.
So, like, now that totally makes sense.
It's the night before weigh-in, so I'm very, very fortunate, or was fortunate.
Interesting.
I don't teach anyone to eat like that, though. That's not.
No, I know, yeah.
Even
but that's
for like
different.
photo shoots,
but you're trying to fight, though. You're trying, like, it's,
different.
You, like, by the rules, have to hit a certain, it's totally different.
But fighting, I miss it. My last fight was a girl from England. It was USA versus England.
Nice.
I was very upset because when we agreed on this fight, I heard that she was 5'5", I'm 5'3", and whatever they said about her, she showed up to the day of the press conferences, and I'm like, that better not be the girl I'm fighting.
She's like 6'5".
She was 5'9". She was massive. So I
It's
was
like 6
training.
inches taller than you. Talk about reach.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was training for a shorter girl. She shows up. She's such a sweetheart. I love her.
Yeah.
She's so nice. Everyone from England was so nice.
Yeah, everyone from England's nice.
But
hello.
It was hello.
Hello.
I don't even know what else to say. Cheerio.
Yeah, hello. It's all Hello's the only thing.
That's it. That's all I got. Or no, yeah, that's all I got.
That's it. Hello and cheerio.
Would you like some tea?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Was it tea and crumpets?
Crumpets.
Yeah. Crumpets. Hello. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, she was
but
nice.
She was super nice, but it's like frustrating to me because her height got to me. I couldn't get in the inside. She wasn't even like the strongest fighter I ever fought.
But she could just push you away.
Pretty much, she just kept front kicking me the whole time. It's okay. But that was my last fight.
Damn.
Yeah.
But
jiu-jitsu, I love jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that's pretty popular right now.
I've done jiu-jitsu on and off for years. I'm like a forever white belt.
Are you still a white belt? Well, think about it. No, time out. Jiu-jitsu is different.
Yes.
First off, it takes like 10 years to get your black belt.
Yes.
And you can be a white belt for a fucking long time. It's not like Taekwondo where in 4 years you're a third-degree black belt.
That's the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's not why. Like, you're giving me credit right
I'm just trying to help you out. I know why.
What happened was when I started training, the reason why I started training was because I got into the ring with a girl who was funny. We're friends. We're very good friends today.
That's so
we ended
weird.
up being training partners for a while. But after the fight, it was so close that I was like, I want a rematch. And she's like, I'm sorry, I'm not doing this anymore. And I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, MMA. So I said, okay, I'll see you there. The next day I signed up for jiu-jitsu. And I was training so hard in jiu-jitsu, in my stand-up. That's another example of who I am. The only reason I started to fight at first because it was on my bucket list. I thought I was going to do one fight, you know what I mean? And I trained so hard for my jiu-jitsu tournament because I was going to do a tournament before my belt promotion for blue belt. And it was 3 days before the tournament, and I tore my ACL.
Damn.
So that was that. I got surgery 2 weeks later.
Fight and fucking out.
Done.
Yep.
And then I didn't do anything for 3 years, and then I went back to fighting. And then recently, since moving back, a couple months now, I went back to jiu-jitsu. But I was out for like a couple weeks because I got a really bad concussion.
In jiu-jitsu?
No.
Would you fucking fall?
No. I hit my head on a cabinet.
What?
I told you I'm a klutz. Okay?
I know, just a random cabinet, just like.
I stood up, hit, and then I looked up and it hit my nose, and I had a big bruise.
Did you pass out?
No, but I was forgetting.
Or you got a concussion? You were concussed.
The worst one I've ever gotten. I was forgetting a lot.
It's like you've been in the cage. You fought people. You're rolling with people in jiu-jitsu. You played soccer and sports. You've done kickboxing. But your biggest fucking culprit was the fucking cabinet.
That's not the first time that happened. In California, there was one at perfect height by my washer and dryer.
5'3", yeah.
5'3" height cabinet tricked me every time. I'd stand up and bang my head on the
every
cabinet.
time.
A lot of time. It was a nightmare because I'd like go down to get clothes and I'd
like,
stand up.
Dung, yeah.
It was really bad. But I've never had memory loss like this before.
Oh shit, that's my biggest fear. I hate like bending over and then because I don't know what it is. It's not what's the thing called when you spin? Vertigo.
Yeah.
It's not like that though. It's not. It's like I don't know. I can't describe the feeling, but when you sit up real quick and you don't know if something's. It always.
Dizzy?
Yeah, it fucks in my head too.
It's brutal.
I know what you mean.
It's brutal, but
it's insane.
So yeah, now I want to get back to jiu-jitsu. I'm going to California for 2 weeks, but when I come back, I'll go back to it.
Where do you train in California?
Where did I train?
Yeah,
I didn't.
You didn't.
I did not train in California.
Okay.
I actually got big into lifting. I'm like into lifting now, which is,
all right.
You know, from kickboxing. I was not.
No, listen,
I didn't
don't
lift.
get it twisted. Okay, I
did not
don't
lift.
do nothing.
No. I did not lift. I just was.
No, you just cardio shit.
When I was fighting, I had a trainer who trained me because I would not lift otherwise, and I needed to for my knee. Got it. Recently, I love lifting. I like put on my headphones, and I'm like, no one look at me.
You're just like The Rock. You're just
I love it. I love it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what you do now, and you're home till January till you build your tiny home.
Hopefully,
or your camper.
January is the plan to be back on the road.
Do you have like a dog, or do you just go solo? Because I know, I know if you don't want to talk about it, it's fine. But I know when you left New York, you left with a person.
Yes.
Right? So now there's
no person. No person. No dog.
No dog. You don't want to like
just
take
me, myself, and I.
You don't want to take like. Well, I guess.
Well, no, I'm gonna get a dog.
But that's a lot of responsibility.
That's fine. I'm gonna get a dog.
All right.
I want a little psycho. I'm looking into Dutch Shepherds probably.
What's that?
They're like smaller German Shepherd in a sense, but they're crazy. They're insane.
So perfect, basically.
Perfect. Because I figured even though it's a tiny house, the point of that is to be outside more.
Yeah.
And my friend is a dog trainer, and she's going to help me rescue one and break that dog in and train it. So it should be fine.
Okay.
But who knows? That could change. I can get another dog.
But okay, let me ask you this. If you have a dog and you're at a campground in Colorado and a client calls you in fucking New Mexico and they're like, hey, can you fly here tomorrow and train me? What are you going to do? Bring the dog with you?
Bring the dog. I'm going to make it a service dog so it can come with me wherever I want.
Nice.
I could do that.
You can. I did that.
That's what I'm going to do.
You know Boomer? You know Boomer.
Do I know Boomer?
I used to bring him to we used to bring him to IOKB. I'm sure you've probably seen photos of him.
Yeah.
He's our child. He's like a human.
Yeah.
Since I've had 3 open heart surgeries, I was able to get from my cardiologist a emotional support animal.
Yes, yeah.
But mainly it was just to get him into our apartment in Charlotte because like he's a pit.
Yes.
So they were like, no, and we showed him but be careful because there's like if you go online and get like a emotional support animal, you don't need any certificate. You don't need any kind of vest or anything.
Yeah.
You don't need any of that.
So
just
the dog that was in California, that went with us to California.
Yes, with a human, yes.
Was a military dog, and she was technically a
service dog.
A service dog.
Yeah, but those are trained dogs in like epilepsy or something. That's what I mean. Like
she was just like
a legit.
We brought her anywhere. Like it was really cool.
You
wouldn't always bring her everywhere because. But she was an amazing dog. I love that dog.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that dog. We would play with her by hiding keys and having her go find them.
She's like super fucking smart.
Or like I would sit on the porch and we taught her to go get the newspaper by saying literally I would sit there with like a beer and be like forward, left, right, forward.
And she would
get the paper and then like bring it back.
What the fuck?
She was an incredible dog.
What kind of dog was it?
Belgian Malinois.
I don't know what the fuck
she was incredible. It's like a smaller German Shepherd. So like if you look up a video, they can climb walls.
They're just smart as shit.
This dog was 13 and she still tried to like climb over stuff and her hips couldn't handle it anymore. But it was funny because my dog was a boxer. My boxer's name was Cooper Reptar Robinson.
What?
And I thought he was the smartest dog in the world.
And then you met this dog.
And then I met this dog. And I'm
my dog's a fucking idiot. Yeah. That's how I feel about it. Yeah.
It was funny, but I love that Cooper too. Cooper was like he was my son.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was a child.
They're they're literally children.
He was my son, yeah.
They're literally with Boomer, dude, we fucking have like, it's funny. He's like, he's an EMS. No, he's not. He gives us anxiety.
Yeah.
He doesn't like suppress our anxiety. He fucking freaks us out because he's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So they're literally children. So that's what I'm saying. Like when you're in fucking, make sure it's a small enough dog, I guess, to go with you on the plane.
Well, that's why I was thinking like.
Or would you just drive everywhere? If someone calls you to go somewhere, would you just go?
Well, that's the thing, too. The reason why I wanted the camper is because I can detach. I'll leave it at an RV park, and I have my Tacoma, and I can just, it's easier
That's way smarter.
That's why I got the camper, because say I'm somewhere, and I want to come home for the holidays, I'm not driving from California or wherever back to New York with the camper. I'll leave it there.
Smart.
And I'll just fly home.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right, because the tiny house, you have to have like, I think it's like a certain like land that is like, it's like a weird thing, but with a camper you could go to any fucking campground, pay whatever fee, and you're good.
So that's the plan.
All
it's
right.
cool because I have like a home base here.
Yes.
My best friend's property. I'm so fortunate that they're letting me do this. But every time I'm in New York, I have my little yard space in their yard that they're like, that's your home. Hook up to whatever you need. And I'm like, sick.
I'm home, guys.
You guys are awesome, literally, yeah.
That's so funny.
And so I'm fortunate I have a place here, which is easy. You know,
Yeah.
if I'm coming home after doing a 10-hour day, I don't have to think about it. I have a place to back it up. You know what I mean?
That's interesting. So I mean, back it up. So you drive this motherfucker around New York?
I have not done it yet. Okay.
That's right. It's not done until January, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not getting. So I don't have the Tacoma yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the Tacoma at the day that someone's like, "That's it, you're done." I'm gonna be like, "All right, let's go get a Tacoma."
Oh shit.
And then after that, I'm gonna be like, "All right, let's go rescue a dog."
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You really are a yes woman.
Yeah. You know what it is? this is why I love what I'm doing with my business too, because I truly believe if there's a will, there is a way. You can make anything work out if you really actually want it to. Not saying you're not going to hit some bumps in the road, I'm not saying that the change is going to be easy, but change leads to success. That's what gets you where you want to be in life, and you only live once, man. Like, do what you want. Figure it out.
Okay, Elyse. All right. Fucking firing me up. Let's go. Fucking do an ILKB class. I'm kidding. No. I'm sorry. All right. People are so funny. They're just like...
I love people watching.
Dude.
People watching is one of my hobbies.
Okay, where's the best place that you go people watch?
So there's a lot of places that people watching is fun, like the airport. But
the airport's good.
But what is fun is when you're driving down the road and you play music, and then whatever music is playing, you pick someone where it's their life theme song. So, say like Wu-Tang's playing.
Oh Jesus!
You pick someone on the road walking down the road that it looks like it would be their theme song.
Wow. Okay, so we're just profiling people then at this point, basically.
Usually it's like me, kidding. Like I'd be walking down the road.
Yeah, you're like, no, it's Wu-Tang, yeah. No, that's insane.
So it's just it's funny. But yeah, probably I like the airport, where what's really fun is at restaurants. I don't know why I'm like half whispering now.
Yeah.
At restaurants, if you see like a couple out, try to figure out their story. Figure it out.
Okay.
Is it their first date? Is it their second date?
Do you ever like watch them and then like mouth like...
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretend that you're them.
Me and Corinne will do that.
Yes.
Yeah, well, like I'll be the guy and she'll be the girl and just say stupid fucking shit.
I love it.
Assholes.
I do that too.
So let's talk about... You said earlier that you have cystic fibrosis. Mm-hmm. So as a fitness guru or whatever, I don't know, fucking, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You do fitness.
I do.
A lot of it.
I'm a fitnesser.
Yeah, you're a fitnesser. So like, I don't know. I know someone that I think she had cystic fibrosis. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure, and it was major, major stuff. They were like, she's not gonna pass like her teens and all kinds of stuff. She's has a child now. She's my age. Mm-hmm. Fucking awesome story.
Yeah.
But like, wouldn't that restrict you in certain ways?
You would think so, but I'm fortunate where I do have a pretty mild case of it. It's very under control, knock on wood. But I was diagnosed when I was 11 months old.
Jesus.
And I was very fortunate. My family is overly supportive. They are on top of their game when I was not in control of my life, in a sense. But as I got older, I am me. So there was one time I actually had to get a PICC line in my arm.
What's a PICC line?
So it's a tube that goes from your arm to your chest. I was 18. I was in college. I was doing whatever I want.
Fucking turning
not
out.
Making smart decisions, and that led to my health doing that. So.
Have you always been in fitness? Have you always been like in sick shape and like eating right your whole life?
So my mom put me in dance when I was younger because my sister was a big dancer.
Sure.
This one. And then after that, one day apparently I was like, I want to play soccer. And she's like, all right, what's soccer? You know what I mean?
Yeah, what's that?
So she put me in soccer, and that was a huge thing for me. I went and I played college. I played semi-pro. I was on varsity in 9th grade. Like, I'm just a very driven. If I have something in my mind, I'm gonna do it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I ran track. I actually went to nationals for track, which is huge for someone with CF being like a lung disease in a sense.
Sure, yeah.
And then I went on after that and I started kickboxing. And sure, there's some bumps in the road, but overall, I've never been hospitalized. And I really think it's because of how I eat and how I take care of my body. That's why like people are like, oh, what do you work out and eat right to look good? I'm like, actually, everything I do is so I feel good. Yeah. I want to feel good. I want to be healthy. The rest just happens. That's why with my clients, I set goals that help them just live a healthier life, not to be some like fitness model. You know what I mean? Just be happy.
Yeah.
So yeah, my cystic fibrosis has been something. Like I take enzymes every time I eat. I have to do nebulizers every night. They came out with this drug. I'm on something called Symdeko. It actually is attacking my genes to reverse the effects.
Oh shit!
It's wild.
So
not a cure.
Potential. Not cure, but a potential like
closest thing to it. It's wild.
That's
and like
interesting.
I'll never forget because you know how like in high school and stuff, all the textbooks are so outdated.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they'd be like going through like cystic fibrosis. Like these people live till they're like 13, and I'm sitting in class like
great.
Say it to my face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's get in the cage, bitch.
So of course, like being me, I have to be like a rebel. I'd raise my hand and like debate with the teacher about this and then throw the bomb like, well, I have CF, and they'd be like,
and what, teach? Yeah, it's probably the same teacher you talked about. I'm kidding. No, it's fucked up.
So it's just it's wild, but as the years are going on, the lifespan is longer and longer and longer.
Of course.
But there's people that have mild cases. Like I did a commercial with some guy at one time. I think he lived until he was like mid-80s or something.
Oh, wow.
So it just depends on how you take care of yourself.
I feel like in general, diseases and stuff like that and whatever, like it really matters of like how you what you put in and your exercise and all that stuff.
Sure, yeah.
Regardless of what you have, these people are really fucking annoying.
Yeah, I know, right? That's a funny story.
That's a funny story. Super loud. Yeah. Laugh any louder. It's still gonna sound
cool.
Butter, but it's just me being a particular person. Anyway,
I hear
all right.
ya.
So that's crazy that you fucking CF is like a, like you said back in the day, it was like a death sentence. Like, oh my God, you're not gonna make it out of your teens, and now it's like they're like rejuvenating or switching up your fucking genes and shit. That's insane.
People still struggle.
Of course.
But I want to be able to like go around and do motivational talks, inspirational talks, and help people know that it's just a positive mindset is going to get you further than you think. So
I totally agree with that. Whether it's, I think that's the number one thing I think. Like when someone has like a they're terminally ill or whatever it is, like I feel like your mindset, if you're already given up, there's no way you're going to fucking beat it.
Yeah.
No matter what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's true. It's really true. And I make sure every day on top of like my fitness and my nutrition, I'm doing things that I love. I mean, I'll go for hikes. I'll go read a book. I draw. I illustrated a children's book one time. Like I make sure I'm doing things that I love to do on top of like taking care of my physical
that's awesome.
body. So, yeah.
Good. All right. Look at Elyse, he's a little fucking motivator. So where would, if people, Karen, I'm leaving this all in too, by the way. This is going to be fucking hilarious.
Nobody even invited her.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So we got these people behind us that are like, we're at a bar at a hotel, so it's kind of our fault. But at the same time, it's Wednesday. What are you doing out here, lady? You know what I mean? Like,
I thought it was, I'm all thrown off with the days a week. I'm like, oh, it's happy hour on a Friday.
Yeah, no,
and it's like, no,
it's fucking Wednesday, dude. Yeah. These people are so loud. So
they
anyway.
are loud. I feel like they're getting louder.
They are getting louder.
Ah, Karen,
she's fucking killing me.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, so where can people find you? Your business, your social media, all that stuff.
Yeah, probably the best way to find me is my Instagram. It's Elyse.marie.wellness. And my personal page is Ellie Tom.
Ellie Tom?
ELYTOM.
All right, I'll put it on the on the thing anyway.
Cool.
So what's like so they can find you? That's your email you said?
My email's on there.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
And they can contact you and they can set up some sort of like
it's a free I do free consults for everyone.
Oh,
so
all right.
I'll sit with you on the phone or whatever, wherever you are, and I'll let you know the game plan, the ideas that I have. We'll come up with goals, and then we'll go from there. If you're interested. I do free consults because it's important to me. I want to help people.
You want to know their fucking what they need because you don't want to be like, oh, here, cookie cutter, and then
no, because everything is so individualized. You know what I mean? So
awesome. All right. Well, thank you for fucking.
Thank you.
Dude, yeah. Yeah, I know, dude.
This is sick.
Yeah.
So excited.
This is sick. This is cool. I like this like lighting and all this stuff.
Right?
It's like dramatic.
I got my. You don't know if it's hydration
or
it's coffee
vodka.
hour or party time. Who knows? No one knows.
That's water. So.
That's water.
No.
Sorry.
Water. What is it though? The Tom Collins.
Water. This is Tom Collins.
Tom
you ever
Collins.
have one?
No, I've never had Tom
Have
Collins.
a Tom Collins.
I've made them. I just never had them.
Okay, fair enough. They're delicious.
Yeah. Are they?
They are. I
Do
already.
they always
ate the
come with
cherry.
the orange peel?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I think so.
All the times I made it had an orange peel.
Oh, well then fucking.
Orange peel it up.
That's it for the Explicit podcast, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Cool. Yeah, that's the fucking jujitsu thing. Fucking yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
They always.